The Hatters boys and girls swim team took on CB West in their last home meet of the year. We begin with the girls 200-yard medley relay. The Hatters in lanes 2 and 4, CB West in lanes 1, 3, and 5. Megan Ledecky leads off the Hatters with this backstroke in the first leg of 4 legs. This is a relay, and the Hatters dominated. Here you can see Brooklyn Stand-in finishing up for the Hatters in lane 4. That team was Megan Ledecky, Emmy Erickson, Annie Gia, and Brooklyn Stand-in. The winning time was 150.80. Congratulations. The Hatters boys just fielded one team in this in lane 4. That team was Oscar Wilson, Jack Baumgartner, Cooper Alderson, and Patrick McFarland. And unfortunately for the Hatters, it was a dominating win by CB West with a time of 1:38.81. But it was a good second place finish for the Hatters. You can see Patrick McFarland coming in here, and the Hatters would end up with a time of 1:47.42. Now on to the girls 200-yard freestyle. The Hatters are in lane 2, 4, and 6. Zoe Schmidt in lane 2, Sarah Parker lane 4, and Ava Ziegard in lane 6. And Sarah Parker off to the early lead. Parker would stay in first place with a dominating win. Her personal best time of 1:57.21, a full 7 seconds ahead of the second place swimmer from CB West. Congratulations on a dominating win by Parker. In the boys 200 freestyle, we have in lane 2 Lake Tornetta, in lane 4 Jack Baumgartner, and lane 6 Tim Sullivan. It was certainly a tight race in the beginning and also in the end. And coming down the stretch, Jack is neck and neck with CB West Elijah Barker in lane 3. Who will come out victorious? It's coming down to the wire, and Jack Baumgartner wins for the Hatters. Jack's time of 1:49.35 was just 4/100ths of a second ahead of Elijah Barker. Wow, what a finish. And now we're off to event 5. This is the girls 200-yard IM. We have Hatters in lanes 2, 4, and 6. And early on, it is in lane 4, Megan Ledecky taking the early lead. And Megan would dominate this race. Coming down here, the last leg, she would finish easily in first place with a time of 2:16.01. For second place, there was a battle between Kendall Geltz and Liv Schaefer. And Geltz ends up the victor with a time of 2:22.99. It's a 1-2 finish for the Hatters. Now this is the girls 50 freestyle. Coming down the stretch, we have from the Hatters, Brooklyn Stand-in, Emery Alderson, and CB West in lane 3, Maddie Majewski. And it looks like Maddie Majewski wins by a narrow margin of a time of 25.95. Stand-in with second place, 26.17, and Alderson third place for the Hatters, 26.29. Now the boys 50-yard freestyle, we have in lanes 2 Braden Broski and lane 4 Cooper Alderson, but it looks like CB West, Derek Feldman is running away with this one, and it's a battle between second and third place, and it looks like CB West takes second, Luke Tomlinson, and Cooper Alderson takes third place with a time of 23.64. Now off to the girls 100-yard butterfly. The Hatters in lanes 2, 4, and 6, and notably Annie Gia in lane 4 is the favorite, and Annie would never give up the lead. Here she is finishing with a time of 55.89, a full 10 seconds ahead of CB West swimmer Kennedy Cameron, who had a time of 1:05.47. An easy race for Annie. And in the boys 100-yard butterfly, CB West Nate Liang easily came in first place, but there was a good battle for second place between Hatters Josh Summer and Max Beckis. And Josh would end up in a close third place finish with a time of 1:00.50. Now the girls 100 freestyle. In lane 2 for Hatters is Brooklyn Standen. Lane 4 is the senior Sarah Parker. And in lane 6, Eloise Mothersbaugh. And so far in the early goings, Sarah Parker takes the early lead. And Parker would maintain that lead through the whole race. Here she is down the stretch. And she would finish first over Marley Swain from CB West, who finished in second. Parker's time was 53.76. Another excellent race by the senior. Now the boys 100-yard freestyle. Hatters in lanes 2 and 4. And Jack Baumgartner is in a real tight race against CB East or CB West, Carl Lindy. And here they are coming down the stretch, neck and neck. Jack Baumgartner against Carl Lindy. And who's going to finish first? And it was Jack Baumgartner in first place, Carl Lindy in second place, and Patrick McFarland from the Hatters in third place. Jack had a time of 49.81. Now on to the girls' 500-yard freestyle. In lane 2 for the Hatters is Kendall Geltz. Lane 4 is Emily Erickson and Addison Hornby in lane 6. This is a 20-lap race. And for Emily, this was no contest. She would easily win first place by 17 seconds. And her time was 5 minutes, 19 seconds, .65. Congratulations. Now we have the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. Hatters in lanes 2 and 4. And it looks like Hatters are taking the early lead in this relay. And the Hatters had command of this race, winning by almost a full length here. Annie Gia coming in as anchoring, and she would give her team the victory with a time of 1:42.67. A very well executed race for the Hatters team. Now off to the girls' 100-yard backstroke. And we have superstar swimmer Annie Gia in lane 4, and she's got the early lead. And no surprise as she cruises into victory. Annie Gia with a time of 56.77. And the Hatters' Megan Ledecky came in third place with a time of 1:01.56. That's the boys 100 backstroke. In lane 2 for the Hatters, we have Cooper Alderson. In lane 4, Oscar Wilson. And lane 6, Brady Borowski. And it's a close race between CB West Tomlinson and Hatters Wilson. But in the end, CB West Luke Tomlinson ends up winning the race with a time of 58.69, and Oscar Wilson in second place with a time of 1:00.3. Now on to the girls' 100-yard breaststroke. Hatters in lanes 2, 4, and 6. And so far early, it looks like a good race between Emily Erickson and Marley Swain from CB West. And here's Swain and Erickson coming down the stretch. And Erickson looks like she's going to pull it out, and she does. And the girls' 100-yard breaststroke. And Emily wins with a time of 1:08.85. Up next, the girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. Hatters in lanes 2, 4, and 6. And once again, Megan Ledecky takes the early lead for the Hatters in lane 4. And once again, the Hatters showed their dominance. The team of Megan Ledecky, Emery Alderson, Emmy Erickson, and Sarah Parker. They would win with a time of 3:45.57. And now the boys' 400-yard freestyle. The Hatters in lanes 2 and 4. And early on, it's a pretty tight race, and you'll find later that it will remain a very tight race between lanes 3 and 4. And now this is the last lap. In lane number 3 is CB West Jimin Chung. And lane 4 is the Hatters Patrick McFarland. As they come off the last turn, Chung has a full body length lead, and he will maintain that lead despite a great effort by Patrick McFarland. And CB West wins the boys 400-yard relay. Their time 3:25.64. The Hatters in second place, their time 3:28.01. The outcome had mixed results for the Hatters. The girls team won by a score of 99-71, and the boys team lost to CB West by a score of 113-55.